It goes against my grain to yell at people. I aspirated some food into my throat and choked. I was in a coma for a little while, too. I think you miss a person more after they're gone for a while. I wanted more of my opinions accepted by the Eagles. I wanted to sing more. When we first started, we were best pals and we all got along great. As we got older, when the money started coming in, everyone changed in different ways. It really wasn't fun anymore. Everything was too business-oriented. I just remember the old days when the band was really tight together, playing eagle poker and just having a really good time while we were doing it. Towards the end, it just got too cutthroat. I was scared someone would ask me something I didn't know, and I'd be on the spot. It's the paranoia of a very shy person. I've gotten over those feelings about interviews for the most part. The band I was in, Soul Survivor, moved to Los Angeles in 1964 and tried real hard for 2 years. Poco was the forerunners of country rock, but didn't really have the success. By the time the Eagles were out, people were ready for it. Glenn, with his playing and his personality, he was one special person. He was the frontman on stage. He was a good talker and really good with people. On stage, you're supposed to have fun and play different licks and stretch out. You're not supposed to copy your records exactly. I'm real settled with what I've done. The albums are really fun to make, but I don't really like to be out on the road now. It's been hard for my parents to be able to drive and come and see me play. And a lot of friends and people just don't get out to see us. So I'd like them to, gosh, before we get too old. I had to take a hard look at myself and my strengths and weaknesses as a singer, songwriter, and musician. When the Eagles started, I was the best known one in the band. I remember when Poco would play the troubadour, Glenn and Don would be in front of the stage, drooling and wishing they were in the band, but they'd never admit that now. No, I don't go along with everything they say or do. For example, I'm probably the only one in the band who loves funky rock and roll, trashy music and R&B. And I don't agree with some of our images either. But Don and Glenn have it covered. I was sitting there one night, and I came up with the line, "Whatever happened to Saturday night?" When I was younger, I would be out partying, and with girls and having fun. And that's what it was about. Whatever happened to it? And the answer was, you're older now. Seeing Sunset Boulevard was a fantasy come true. I was more shy, staying in the background. You're like brothers in a band like that. Sometimes we got in arguments, but it was like a marriage. We all loved each other. I was always kind of shy. They wanted me to stand in the middle of the stage, to sing "Take It to the Limit," but I liked to be out of the spotlight. Those last days on the road were the worst. Nobody was talking to me or would hang out after shows or do anything. I was made an outcast of the band I'd helped start. The line, "Take it to the limit," was to keep trying before you reach a point in your life where you feel you've done everything and seen everything, sort of. feeling, part of getting old. I thought it would be nice to sit in with Timothy B. Schmidt and sing Take It to the Limit, but they pretty much gave me a no in a roundabout way. I can't blame them. They have to keep their band the way it is. I got a great business manager. When he invests, you make money. I got my house paid off, my wife, 2 little chihuahuas and tomato plants that are 5 feet high right now. I'm happy as a clam. I guess I'm just very shy and nervous about putting myself on the line. We ended up all living in a 1-bedroom apartment that cost $80 a month and sleeping on the floor. My jacket was my first pillow. We really had nothing at all. Stuff about the reunion was all over the TV all the time, and they were playing Take It to the Limit on the radio again. And I'm thinking, gee whiz, I wish they'd reunited with the guys who were actually in the group. I just work around the yard. There's always something to do around the house. You fix one end of it and the other end breaks. It's very normal. I love it. A lot of groups go out, and they make big bucks in a couple of years and they're gone. I would like a band that's sustaining. Money changes people. It all seemed too big and arrogant to me. I didn't feel like a member of the group. Everybody was fighting. I could have tripled my money if I'd stayed, but I was just tired of the touring. It's a crazy life that you live at twice the normal speed. I thought I could get away, but music's in my blood. When it got to the point of sanity or money, I thought I'd rather have sanity. I always rode alone with the Eagles. I was from Scottsbluff, Neb. It takes time to heal those wounds of divorce. I don't know if they completely heal. A lot has to do with the writing. If you're the writer, people seem to remember you. But my part is singing the high parts. It's not the limelight, but I'm happy with it, even though writing is where most of the money is. It's real hard being married and not being able to be with my family. I just wasn't getting anywhere. I was still a backup musician. I'd never worked a job in my life. I was feeling kind of lonely and started singing all alone at the end of the evening, and the bright lights have faded to blue. And it went from there. Basically just being on the road so much and all the pressure of the Eagles eventually got to me. I decided I didn't need to make any more money. I had enough. And I felt I should be spending more time with my wife and kids. A background person is all I've been all my life. You don't see too many people on a farm. I didn't grow up dealing with a lot of people. Some groups get started too fast, and they're in the studio before they're ready to record.